brother Scoop. Yeah. Just got to get a little closer because it's good.
Oh yeah, we might need to bring it a little bit closer because of the noise.
Yeah, because of the noise. Yeah. Straight?
Move it a little bit more. Perfect.
All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Heavenly Father.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
Double honors to the apostles, the elders, at Great Millstone, who do well. Peace and salutations, as always, to the elect. All right, you brothers and you sisters scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, who are coming back to the Most High, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right, whose Hebrew name is Yahweh, Ba'ashem, in the name of Hamashiach Yahushai, the name of the only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ, our mediator, our high priest, and our way back to the Father, through whom we have the Holy Spirit in these latter days to fulfill a great prophecy of the remnant of Israel awakening in the latter days through the Holy Spirit and preaching, all right, speaking the end into existence. That's the job of a prophet. Before things come to pass, the Lord always sent his prophets so that no one was with excuse.
Yeah.
All right, and so that his elect, all right, because basically this is a vibration. That's why it's likened it to a new song in the book of Revelation, the 14th chapter. When you deal with music, it deals with what? Frequencies. All right, the elect, all right, have a particular spirit in them to receive the frequency that is being spoken through the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua in the latter days and remember themselves. All right, and all of this was spoken of and written before we were even born. All right, so we're honored, all right, another day to preach this glorious word in the midst of all chaos and confusion. We're the Hebrew Israelites. We come out week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, man. We're going to get to some scriptures. And
Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets that have been before me, before thee of old, prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms.
Against many countries, against great kingdoms. If you're following a preacher and he's not man enough to stand up against the things that are going on here in this world, he's not a leader. All right, the true prophets did what? Read that again.
The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old, prophesied both against many countries.
Right, when John the Baptist was in the wilderness, Yahushai said, what in the hell did you think you were going to see? All right, so he's a prophet. Okay, people think the prophet's supposed to be these skipping and hopping up and down the street, blowing great bubble gum, blowing the bubbles, telling everybody about love and prosperity. Nah, the prophets are to foresee doom and to tell you the end of a kingdom, because every kingdom that has been raised up by you heathen never honored the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in sincerity and truth. Now, you did have particular heathen that acknowledged he was a power, but not the Edomite. But you did have heathen, but they would acknowledge him amongst other gods.
Yep.
You see, things would happen to him, and they'd be like, man, your power is real. Oh, my God. But Esau will never say that. It's not in him to say that. All right? All right, unless he's trying to deceive like Antiochus. All right? Go ahead.
Both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence.
And that's what we're prophesying. War. We see war being perpetuated in the earth through what? The vibration of the Edomite. And World War III is on its way. That's the war that's going to end all wars. There won't be no more wars after World War III. Of wars, of what?
Evil.
Evil. What does evil mean? Eve is time. Ill is bad. Evil, bad times. Don't you see bad times being perpetuated in the planet Earth?
Man.
Don't you dread looking at your bank account?
That gas pump.
The gas pump? The food makes you sick? These are evil times because the Edomite who rules this whole setup, along with the heathen, are trying to what? Wipe out the Most High, man. So they're gonna, hey, Esau's like, if I can't rule it, I'm gonna just destroy the whole damn thing, man.
Breaking news.
Yeah.
Breaking news everywhere.
Right.
Why? Because it's evil times.
Evil.
So it's constantly breaking news. This person died. This industry was cheating this industry. Okay. This skirmish happened over here. All right, these prices are going up.
People in Hollywood coming out. I was
Oh, yeah.
touched as a child.
Yeah, bad
Every
times.
week. Bad times. And a pestilence. All right, you got the monkeypox. Okay, the monkeypox.
Yeah.
First it was the chicken pox, now it's the monkeypox.
Right.
What's next? The gorilla pox? The zebra pox? The pit bull, yeah, the pit bull pox. Man. Pestilence, man. And all of these things are being created by Esau Edom.
Yep.
He's putting all of this stuff out there. It's clear as day. Okay? So everything that we've been prophesying, people, y'all hateful. All right, y'all, that ain't the love of God. But that's what the prophets were supposed to do. To warn you of these kind of things that you see happening in the earth. And our apostles and elders have been doing it 30 plus years, going all the way back to Abba Bivens in the 60s and 70s. Up to now, we've been the same message. And it's getting stronger. That's why you Edomites who own this platform we're on are going crazy taking videos down. Because little old us just so happened to have you worried. You got billions of dollars, you have all of the control, and you're worried about the Israelites. That's the power of word, man.
Right.
Because we're speaking the end of your world into play. Right? Just like Moses and Aaron were sent to speak the end of Egypt and plagues and pestilence. If you would it say, if Pharaoh wouldn't hearken, what? This is going to happen. And we keep telling you.
This is getting worse.
And it's getting worse, man.
Yeah, people are saying Biden's approval rating is the worst in presidential history.
Right, through.
Okay? This has been a complete debacle from the moment he stepped into the inauguration pit. All right? All right, all of you guys complain about Donald Trump. Now look at what you got. Plastered all over every gas pump across the world is a picture of Biden pointing at the number talking about I did this. People, the standard of living is dropping drastically, man. Okay? Was that on? I got it. Okay, real quick. Matthew chapter 24, verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. All right, because of bad times, evil times, the love of many is going to wax cold. People are going to be thinking about number one, numero uno. All right, there is no I in team. There is a me, you know. People going to be worried about team me and team me only. The love of many shall wax cold. And we're seeing that. This group of people, they running up into a supermarket, shooting up old ladies. Okay? Wait till this economy really starts to get strained out. Right. You're gonna see the original Edomite reemerge.
Yes, sir.
When they can't afford their psych meds and they can't afford happy hour to keep their emotions suppressed and their sick minds kind of damper down.
The reality of what's happening.
When it sinks in hardcore, the real Edomite. Will the real Edomite please stand up? That's Jake has gotten away with talking noise to Esau a little bit.
Yep.
The original Edomite is about to show back up, man. Fully loaded. Okay?
It's a full metal jacket. And iniquity is sin.
Yeah.
Iniquity, when iniquity abounds, when there's no standard, when there's no order, the love of many is going to wax cold because no one's held to a standard. So everybody's doing as their will. You got these women marching around, my body, my choice. All right.
Yeah.
It's the book of 1 Corinthians, the 6th chapter, says you're not your own.
Yeah.
You weren't given this vessel to just do what the hell you want to do. That's the purpose of order. If there was order set in the earth, women wouldn't have to worry about that. If there was standards put in place, you wouldn't have all of these talking points and these stupid arguments. Okay? What's happening in ancient Rome? They feel because of morals. Shit started to implode on the inside, man. Right. Same-sex marriages and all that. It's the same thing happening today. This place don't have no morals, man. Right, none. And the morals is a person's standards of behavior or belief concerning what is and what is not acceptable for them to do. If you went around here murdering motherfuckers, killing is righteous, but you murdering people. If you can't discern that, okay, if I'm doing this, there's something wrong, you can't pass good judgment, you have no morals in this country, man.
Yeah, so you have ideology that's anti-Messiah. That's why the women rule over the men. They snap, they talk noise, they proud. All right, they out-whoring themselves proudly.
Right.
You know.
Right. If there was a standard associated with sex, as it was intended to be, okay, then what?
Yeah.
You wouldn't be tripping like you tripping.
Exactly. You know. And so it's called decadence or moral decay. A system of moral. This place is at the height of decadence. Iniquity is abounding. Back in Matthew chapter 24, verse 13, it says, "But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved." Those that endure in what? In the faith. Endure all of these evil times that's coming, but remain in the faith of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Remain in the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the Heavenly Father through the Spirit. Right? Following in obedience. All right? Pushing out true salvation to the believers and hearkening to the word of the Heavenly Father.
And don't let the squeeze that's going to come with what Esau's doing throw you off of your faith.
Right.
And bow the knee to the image of Baal, man. That's
right.
truly enduring into the end, not bowing the knee.
That's it.
Okay? Enduring, chastening, and continuously waiting on the Lord. Because He's coming. Everything that was written has come to pass. How much more the chariots? All right?
Yeah, everything's going to get set in proper order. All right, underneath Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. So those who don't want to play, you're going to burn. We'll see you on the other side. All right? So now, this is back in Matthew 24. It says, "And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations."
Right, unto all nations. Before the end came, read that next verse.
Right. "And then shall the end come."
And then shall the end come. So the end will come after the gospel, the true gospel. Okay? The one in Isaiah, the 61st chapter, that's for the brokenhearted, to the elect of the nation of Israel, that our enemies are going down, comforting our people, who the true Israelites are, the message that would awaken the dry bones. Once that was preached and the elect wake up, according to Revelation, the 7th chapter, the destruction is coming to this place, man.
Right.
So this is what we're here to do. We're here to speak destruction unto this place, man. And we're not out here to say we're doing it on our own. We're not here to take up arms against the so-called white man. We're not here to fight the so-called white man or any of these heathen or 2/3 of our people. We're here to merely speak the word. That's it. That's our job. That's the weapon. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal. What got you people losing your mind is the truth. This is the condemnation. Light has come into the world, but men hate light because their deeds are darkness. They love darkness because if you come to the light, that darkness is going to be exposed, man, and people want to remain dark.
This is 2nd Ezra 11, start at verse 41.
Right.
It says, "For the earth hast thou not judged with truth."
You Edomites. Now this is going back to Rome, but it's speaking unto now as well because this is a revival of Rome. You have not judged the earth with truth, man. And that's a part of the gospel, who the Edomites are. So once the gospel will be preached, proof that Christianity ain't the gospel. Christianity has been preached every damn where.
Yeah.
All day. With the sword, with wine, okay, with lewdness, whatever. They brought Christianity in all facets. And the end didn't come through that message. The end came through the Israelites. It's the Israelites that got you Christians wanting to read your Bibles now. Now everybody want to be a prophet. Everybody want to talk about the Bible. The mark. Go ahead.
It says, "For thou hast afflicted the meek,
Right.
thou hast hurt the peaceable."
Who's Esau? Nobody was asking who was Esau until the Israelites came onto the scene.
That's right.
Right? Go ahead.
"Thou hast loved liars, and
You love liars. You promote liars to make it in this society, to get the people you see on TV and these superstars, to get where they got, they had to prove themselves to be unloyal, to be wicked, to be willing to pervert judgment. That's how you get positions in this society, doing lewdness and evil and lying, man. Go ahead.
and destroyed the dwelling of them that brought forth fruit."
Right, and destroyed the dwelling place of them that brought forth fruit. And you came in the name of Jesus Christ doing all that shit. Okay? You demented bastard. You ain't right. And you got the nerves to be telling people everybody's after you.
Yeah. What's that called? Replacement theory?
Yeah, replacement theory.
Racial replacement theory.
Right.
They always got to make themselves the victim.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Just
Even Esau, the same ideology.
When a woman get caught something, they know how to flip it around and make them, I'm the victim.
Making the sky.
You did me wrong.
I'm the victim, yeah. She
You know?
literally said that.
That's what she said. What happened to her?
She got shot.
Allegedly, she got shot.
We don't do celebrity talk. Okay,
They just go
that
in
took a really
personally,
Hebrew,
though.
man.
She said that I'm the victim. You know?
Yeah.
I'm fucking around.
Bunch of excuse making, man.
Yeah.
They throw the rock and then they hide their hand. They get everything started, but then when they get rebuked about it, now it's like, oh, why you
That's
talking
what a child does.
Then they deflect back, you know. But the Most High is not gonna let you get away with it like this time, man.
Micah 2.
You know.
It says, back in verse 42, it says, and destroyed the dwelling of them that brought forth fruit, and has cast down the walls.
Right, you came and destroyed the dwelling place of them that brought forth fruit. America was paradise, man. The whole earth was paradise. But America, this region of the earth, the northwestern hemisphere, it was beautiful, man. Still beautiful in certain areas. Even under Esau's rulership, he's destroying the earth. There's remnants of beauty, even here in America. Okay? We shouldn't have to go to the grocery store. The earth was the grocery store.
Right. Got about supplements and shit.
Buy supplements, man.
It's not about water.
And they get ready to ban that.
They'll find you if they find a garden in your background in some places.
Yeah.
You know? They'll find you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They want total, complete control over all resources, including human resources. And you can check that out in Revelation, the 18th chapter, when it describes his world trade, you know? And how, in 1 hour, it's going to be broken up, his dominance. Okay? Yeah, something.
And cast down the walls of such as did thee no harm.
Yep. And then he's able to use propaganda to make the people he take down the terrorists. This dude is demented, man. And he's been able to run all of that game all of this time to this point, and then shall that wickedness be revealed. Only who will let until the wicked be taken out of the way. So the Lord allowed him to do this wickedness. Okay? Up until the point where he will be exposed and called out. All right?
Yep.
Verse 44, it says, the highest also has looked upon the proud times,
Right.
and behold, they are ended.
The proud times. Who's that talking about? Now this is speaking of the fourth beast, which is the Roman Empire. But we know America, along with the NATO and the EU, are what? An extension of Rome. This is the revised Roman Empire. According to Daniel the 7th chapter, the fourth beast would have a little horn that issued forth from it. That was bringing back the energy of Rome. Okay, so in a sense, this is talking to America as well. The proud times, okay, the pride of thine heart have perceived thee.
Proud leadership.
Right, because what nation of people ran the fourth beast? Edomites. The third and the fourth beast were ran by Edomites, according to Daniel the 7th chapter, man. Okay?
It says, and his abominations are fulfilled.
Right. It's over with, man. And although we know we're going to see some more wickedness, he's already done enough, man. His sins have literally reached up to the heavens, man. All right? Somebody got something? Well, Micah the 2nd chapter.
Micah 2:1. All right, it reads, woe to them that devise iniquity
Right.
and work evil upon their beds.
Devising iniquity. The NWO is a devising iniquity. What they have planned and the squeeze they're getting ready to bring, and it's like he don't even have to do all of that. You know, but he's so demented. He has a plan to get everything, every creation under his control. He want to heap all things, including, like you said, human resources. Go ahead. Right?
When the morning is light, they practice it.
Right.
Because it is the power of their hand.
You wake up, you logging into work or rushing to work, you're trying to get to work, you got the same goddamn pants you had on Monday, and it's Wednesday.
Yep.
You rushing to work, okay, warmed up a damn sandwich or a muffin or whatever, scarfing it down, whatever, drinking your tea.
Yep.
This nigga is working wickedness what food, what poison can we put in this community where they live in? Be 6 deep. How can we further pollute the oil to get them sick so they can get hooked on these medications? That's the type of time they have on their hands. In the morning, okay, because that's what a king is supposed to do. A king didn't wake up just eating. Kings didn't wake up just looking for food. No, kings woke up and set the affairs of their kingdom, and they wouldn't eat till around noon. Right, break fast. Intermittent fasting, really, our forefathers did that. Our forefathers didn't eat until around noon. All right? And it makes sense. Now, you're not wicked if you do Brother Jake like that.
4 course meal at 8 in the morning.
Think about it, when you're really excited about something, that's how you are anyway. You ready to get your day started.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might have something to drink.
Exactly. That's how it eats.
Tea, and then you move.
Right.
No?
Verse 2. And they covered fields and take them by violence.
Woo, and that's the history of the Edomite. In particular, the Christian Edomite. The Christian Edomite has a very dark history of rape, robbing, and murder, and all in the name of Jesus Christ. Go ahead.
And houses and take them away, so they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage.
Right. You remove the landmarks. You change the names of people and put pseudo signs on them and tell them the nations are red, black, brown, yellow, white. Right. But then somehow miraculously you're a Jew. Well, wait a minute. Well, where the Moabites at? Everybody else get these bugged out terms put on them, but he just gets to be the chosen people.
Yeah.
Dumbass.
He has a higher IQ.
Yep. Go ahead.
Job 24, in the NLT, it says, why doesn't the Almighty bring the wicked to judgment?
Right.
Why must the godly wait for him in vain?
What verse?
This is verse 1.
Okay.
Verse 2, it says, evil people steal land by moving the boundary markers. They steal livestock and put them in their own pastures.
Right, and you can throw off a whole culture. You can throw nations off by removing landmarks and messing up inheritance. That's why even amongst Israel, it was an inheritance when we was inheriting the land. You see how tedious it was? A Judite couldn't go and say, well, I'm going to take over Ephraim's land. No. But then Caleb was an Edomite. The Edomite was able to get the inheritance.
Stuck in there, slid in there.
Because remember, Caleb went to Moses like, look, or Joshua was like, Moses promised me this land. But he's an Edomite. Get out of here. Okay? But that's the history of you Edomites. Throwing people off, man. Destroying the resources of the people or taking them. Like in Zimbabwe, I believe, or Zambia. They're rich in copper. But the people there are poor as hell. They're not benefiting off of the resources that they have in their land. Who is? First it was the British, now it's the Moabites. Heathen. And that's a part of the curses that we will go through that. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 3. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, against this family do I devise an evil.
Against this family do I devise an evil. Go ahead.
For which ye shall not remove your necks.
There you go. Esau, for years ago, he would be able to talk himself out of anything. But now, he's living in a time where he's being questioned. His narrative ain't working no more. He's through. That's why they're putting all of these weird tags on brothers' videos. Because he's being what? What's the scripture say? Investigated.
Right. Yeah.
That word in, what's that second?
I think.
Not insurrection.
I got to look at it.
Inquisition is being made. So now the narrative of the Edomite is out there.
Yeah.
You know, you're being called wicked. Everything is coming out on what you do. Look at Joe Biden. Look at his son. Scandal after scandal after scandal, man. Okay? And this is a different time because you got the internet. You're not going to be able to remove your neck from the judgment that Yahweh Ba'Shimon Shai has foreordained for you, man. Go ahead.
Neither shall ye go haughtily,
Right.
for this time is evil.
This is a different time. See, in times past, Esau would just be able to come onto the news, say a couple of big words, and roam. But now, even his distractions are being called out. Because all of the things that are happening whether people are really dying, or whether it's an MK Ultra, or whether it's somebody that really just got mad, it's a distraction. Because Esau ain't reporting on what's really happening in this world. He's keeping you in a box to keep your ass controlled and scared, okay? And that he's gonna be justified in passing legislation to take away your rights. He's devising evil, but see, this time, although he has the greatest, the most power that he's ever had, he's gonna be defeated. Okay? This is what Antiochus tried to do with Hellenization. He's just doing it with technology. Right?
Verse 4, in that day shall one take up a parable against you.
Woo! And Esau's getting cursed out, especially the Amalekite. Okay, the small hat people. They get, everywhere you look, they're just being called out. It's a joke. Like they're like a meme now. The nose hanging off.
People are mourning now, man. They're realizing that they've been sold a nightmare. The American dream has become a nightmare, man. Of stress, people are worn out all across the world. They get an unfair deal is being seen. You know, the people have gone mad, like the scripture said.
Right.
You know, and it's shit, and we're at the beginning of it. We're not even in it yet. Okay. When these trucks stop rolling, with that diesel shortage, and it starts to really hit. Oh, it's gonna be a problem out here.
Right.
And it's gonna hit those poor nations first. Okay, right now these other poor nations are getting smacked. And then Europe will collapse, and then finally the United States, okay? A gradual squeeze is coming.
Right, because everything you get and have access to gets there by a truck driving the shit there.
Yep.
Or a boat.
Plane, trains, automobiles.
See? All of that takes what? Fuel. So if it's a shortage, and all of these things are just happening, all right, all at the right time, according to Esau.
Also, rubber is important too. You know, but there's a shortage on natural rubber in Southeast Asia. So without the transplant, you need tires. Also, I'm saying all that shit, yeah, oil, cooking oil, clothes. That shit is in everything, man. Rubber's in a lot of shit.
Well, no, I'm saying cooking oil, there's a shortage.
Oh, well, yeah, go ahead.
Ain't no rubber in
No,
there.
no.
Well, with Esau,
You never know, right? But no, I ain't no rubber no oil. Yeah, for sure.
Verse 1 NLT.
Yep.
All right, this is Micah 2 and 4 in the NLT. It says, in that day your enemies will make fun of you by singing this song of despair about you. We are finished, completely ruined. God has confiscated our land, taken it from us. He has given you our fields to those who betrayed us. Yeah, man. So like we're going into, man, people are realizing just who you are. The characters in the movie are being identified. They're like, oh shit, this guy's the devil.
Yep.
He's the very devil that the Bible speaks of. I know, 20 years ago, people probably heard the prophet say that. Like, oh,
And denied.
yeah, they denied it. But now they're like, whoa, this is true.
It's him.
Yeah.
Nahum 3 and 5, behold, I am against thee, said the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirt upon thy face.
right. And see, you Edomites only got what you got because Isaac gave it to you. That's it. And through the Most High, used Isaac to bless Jacob and Esau. And your blessing was this. Right. But you've got beside yourself technology and everything else you've been blessed with. Now you boasting yourself up against the Holy One. Now you saying you can take a man and make it have a baby.
Or not. Body your choice.
Right.
They doing that now.
Maybe he can get turned to
It's just,
Behold, I am against thee, said the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame.
That's why the Most High had the prophets out here to point out who this man is, man. So all your shame, all the shit you've been doing, now the world see it like, oh shit, this nigga the whole time? That's why the Lord he sent his men out to show the world, you fucking devil, you so-called white people are the evil motherfucker on this planet, man. You're very wicked and sadistic, man.
Right. The Lord said he's going to destroy the covering cast because everybody trusts this man.
right.
Man. Everybody, and for what? here it is, all of the people are fighting each other, Judah, Issachar, which is always at each other's neck on something. But the devil just gets a free pass, man.
He plotting and scheming all in your face, man.
Right.
Like,
It made you inject.
bro, look, you got the whole thing on May 22nd. Well, one of the brothers mentioned it about the World Health Organization. Or whatever. I don't even know how to say. It's so childish. We got to tiptoe around it. How else do we talk about it? The group, you know, WHO. Okay. Now Biden is set to give them all these executive powers over pandemics. Meanwhile, now we have a new possible pandemic just magically popping up, the monkeypox. And so not only are they going to get all types of powers over the whole world, right? Everybody, all these governments have to fall in line. All right? You know where who is? It's over there. WHO is over in Switzerland. And they're getting ready to have Davos, which is in Switzerland. Okay? So all of these, they doing all this stuff right in front of your face, man. But they just Moses alone.
And when you look at
we're the problem.
Yeah, when you look into that, they're gonna. Because I did a video on it, but I had to load it to Odyssey. So basically, they're gonna have the say so to shut down any type of, you know, the herb, natural.
Yep.
They are gonna deem what the people should have to heal themselves. They're gonna be able to shut. They're gonna have power to say this is the only thing you gonna have.
The law.
You're breaking the law. That's the type of power that they're getting ready to have. Okay? They're gonna they ain't just they're the government. It's gonna be a medical martial law.
Got to be approved by the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration. If it's not approved by them, it's illegal.
Right.
Absolutely.
And they're bought out. They're bought and paid for. All of the people who are in the right positions are put there to forward their NWO.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody, to the principals, everybody is paid off, man. You may have a few people that don't really know what's going on in certain sects, but the majority, the people who run things are all bought and paid for, and they're put in place to do things that forward the agenda, man. Straight up.
In Psalms 140, starting verse 4, it says, "Keep me, O Yahweh Shem Shai, from the hands of the wicked. Preserve me from the violent man who have purpose to overthrow my going. The proud have hid a snare for me."
Right, the proud have hid a snare for thee. They snare in the world right now, and they're snaring the prophets through propaganda. All right, they lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate. That's another thing that they're getting ready to be able to have the authority to say no more. Your difference of opinions.
Yep, I want that.
The only reason there is a difference of opinion being spoken is through Yahweh Bashmiel Shai, because this is what he wanted before everything. You know, he wanted the word to go out. He wanted Esau to be exposed. Even other Edomites help us expose Esau. So the Lord wanted the word to go out, but once they come down fully like a dragon, the Constitution will be suspended. You won't have any rights. And everything that you have to do will be told to you by the organization the brother's talking about. Okay? This is going to be considered food. This is going to be considered healing medicine. Yep. No, this is shut down. Yep. Enough.
Yep. And this is for the health of the earth. This is for, we got to control CO2 emissions. So we want you to eat these beetle burgers.
There you go.
All right? You know, Hakuna Matata.
Right.
Food.
Yep.
Okay? Grubs and, all right? Plant-based meat.
Yeah.
And their processed synthetic food. Everything is going to be underneath their control in this next system that they want to establish.
No middleman, no farmers. Farmers are getting told, shut down.
Yep.
You can't sell your chickens. They're like, well, how are we going to make it? They're depressed, they commit suicide.
Yep. My mom was telling me about how my granddad, who was a sheriff operator, ended up having all this land, and so they would produce cotton. And so after some time, the government will tell them, well, we don't want you to plant any seeds this year. We're just going to give you this little check to get you through the year. And my granddad would complain like, man, this ain't nothing compared to what I would make if I would put you on fixed income and shit, yeah. Right? And so they're ramping that up more and more and more. And now that energy prices are so expensive, a lot of the smaller ranches and farms, they're not cutting the profit. Fertilizer costs are ridiculous right now. And so they're having to sell their land to the larger corporations. And the larger corporations are coming up and buying these small and medium-sized businesses by the pound.
Keeping all to themselves, all people.
That's right. Right. So yeah, like it talks about Job or Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. And this is making the people angry, man. And even China is buying in on United States land.
Yep.
All right, letting you know that's all coordinated. Okay.
Yep. So with the food, they get that in Revelation 6, the black horse. This is what we're entering in, you know?
Right. Revelation chapter 6, verse 5. And when he had opened the 3rd seal, I heard the 3rd beast say, "Come and see." And I beheld, and lo, a black horse.
Black represents what? Gloom. Okay, the hard times, slavery. Okay, the Edomite ruling on the earth leading into these times, man. We're coming into dark times, man. Go ahead.
Right. And he sat on him, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand.
Right, had a pair of balances. When you look up that word balances, it goes into captivity, man. Get the word, the meaning of the balances.
Right. So that word balances is, the word zygos, Strong's G2218.
Right.
It says a yoke.
A yoke.
A yoke that is put on draught cattle.
There you go. And who's the cattle? Boy, oh man. Yeah. Who's the cattle? All right, in the eyes of the elite. Right. Okay,
Yep.
That's why they're gonna brand you.
Yep. It said metaphorically used of any burden or bondage.
Right. And that's ultimately what he's bringing through this system, man. It's mass enslavement. Okay.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Go back.
Back in Revelation 6, verse 5, and when he had opened the 3rd seal, and I heard the 3rd beast say, "Come and see," and I beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand, and I heard a voice in the midst of the 4 beasts say, "A measure of wheat for a penny."
A measure of wheat for a penny. That word penny is denarian, and it deals with 10. So that's you only gonna be able to get so much wheat. All right, but it's gonna take more money because you thinking that just means penny when you look it up. Look up that word
measurement.
Yeah.
You want the word penny?
Penny.
All right. Yeah. The word is denarion, Strong's G1220. It says containing 10, a Roman silver coin in the New Testament time. It took its name from it being equal to 10 asses.
Right. So it's gonna take you 10 asses to get so much wheat.
10 cars.
10 cars to get so much wheat. It meaning it's inflation. And people think right now that they're in good case because they're still able to get nuggets.
Yeah.
The victuals are so dirt cheap. Now it's going up, but people still think, we all right.
Yeah.
They gonna drop the price.
I just get 4 eggs.
Yep.
Nah, nigga, it's gonna be bad.
Yep. But either way it goes, you know, like it says, like give a man his penny for his day's work.
Right.
So a whole day's work is just gonna get you a measure of wheat. You see what I'm saying? That inflation is going to be ridiculous, man.
Right.
And it's not inflated just because, you know, the price of the dollar is going down. Actually, against everything, the price of the dollar is actually as high as it's ever been. But the problem is the whole system and supply chain is jacked up, man.
Right.
Okay? The whole supply chain is jacked up all across the world. You got a war going on in Russia, Ukraine. What do you think is the number one, who's the number one producer of wheat in the world?
Yep.
Ukraine and Russia. So a measure of wheat for a penny, man. These are the prophecies jumping off the page.
Right.
We are in the last days of the last days, okay?
Right.
Because now you go to the store, man, like you can have this the, you know, got the little thing right here where you hold the little button. You want to run in real quick, grab a couple things.
little day meal.
That'll hit you for 100 people. Steady that. You know?
Get that word measure.
Okay. Get that word measure. I got it. Got it. This word measure.
Measure a week for a penny. Speak up.
Strong G 5517. Coinage. Okay. First definition: a coinage, a dry measure containing 4
Right.
quarterly.
Go to the bottom where it talks about for a Roman soldier. You should be able to definition. Yeah, I'm moderate. Yeah, that part.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just keep reading. Shit.
A coinage, a dry measure containing 4 quarterly or 2 satari,
Right.
less than our quart 1 liter,
Right.
or as much as would support a man of moderate appetite for a day.
Just go. As much as would support a man for moderate.
No seconds.
So they're gonna have them free lunches coming back, nigga.
Right.
So how you think people gonna act, man?
The bag.
You know,
Like an elevator.
you gonna have people snatching someone's measure of wheat in the line. You know,
Rationing your food out to you.
it's gonna be bad out here, man.
Because they're hijacking all of the food to themselves. They're hijacking and they're shutting down farming. Food will pretty soon be in their control. Won't be no Elamite market. Food, you will only be able to get food from these particular locations.
Yep.
And the quality, you don't know what the hell's going to be. And what you have access to will be changed. You ain't gonna be no Tony the Tiger. I want Fruity Pebbles. No, cereal. This is gonna be a big ass bag. It's gonna say, it's gonna have a C on it. This is your cereal.
White line, black lines.
Right. Right. Oh, and in Iran, they have this the digital ID.
Yep.
Because food is so high, they said, we'll sell you, I mean, the food is high. If you want coupons to make it cheaper, you have to have this digital ID.
Look at that.
That way you get a discount on the food. Gradualism, man.
Yep. This is how they'll do to make people comply to the jabs.
Right.
Whoever's certified will get these certain benefits, man.
Right.
Okay?
Let's finish that in Revelation 13 real quick.
Right?
Paragraph in the article.
Oh, hit it. No, hit it.
This is from the International Chronicles. It's talking about the decline of Rome and America and the similarities. Okay? So it says, along with political and legal problems come social problems. The Roman government began offering useless vows and free bread
Free bread.
and later circuses. In the late Republic, after the 3 Punic Wars, bread is...
To keep the people distracted from what was really happening to the kingdom and how the government was corrupt and all, they would give them free bread in circuses.
Yeah.
The Warriors game with an $18 hot dog.
Bro. Facts.
Bread and circuses were mostly limited to the capital itself. They were extremely destructive, of course, but were provided strictly, is the point, for a practical reason, to keep the mob under control. So, like they talking about rationing the food, they know that the people are going to start to get restless. This is a way to control them. They're going to be hungry. They control all the food.
Revelation 6, verse 6. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And see thou hurt not the oil and the wine.
See that thou hurt not the oil and the wine, because the Lord is going to preserve the elect. The elect have what? The word, which is likened unto oil. What is oil? A conductor of energy. The anointing oil represents the Holy Spirit coming down upon the men of the Lord. Okay? It's likened unto wine as well when you get Isaiah the 55th chapter. The word is likened unto wine. Okay? And wine is the blood of the grape is one of the things needed to sustain yourself. It says that in Ecclesiastes. All right? What is it? Iron, water, meat, wheat, oil,
Honey,
But you had some?
Yeah, I can, if I may. Micah 6:10, it says, Are there yet the treasures of wickedness in the house of the wicked, in the scant
measure that is abominable. And if someone could look up that word scant measure,
Read it again.
it says, Micah 6:10, are there yet the treasures of wickedness in the house of the wicked, in the scant measure that is abominable? And a false balance is an abomination to the Lord, like it tells you in Proverbs 11. You know? It says, shall I count them pure with the wicked balances and with the bag of deceitful weights? So just going into the dollar, for example, it costs more dollars to get the same products, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you live in a where you do fractional reserve banking.
Right. Yeah.
But it's just so much empty money. Okay, meaning you go to a bank and they'll say they have $1 million on the book, but in actual hardcore cash they only got 200,000. All right, but then they're able to take, all right, the 800,000 is nowhere to be found and loan it out.
Right.
And add interest to that loan out.
Right.
Which is printed later. So what does that create? Inflation. The dollar becomes worthless. That's why you see Biden every other just throwing money around. Okay, but now they're stopping it. He gave money to Ukraine. They ain't giving you shit no more. But you remember there was a point where they were just giving shit out, pumping money into the system.
Yep.
They're systematically crashing this place.
Right. Extra guac on your Chipotle.
Right.
All right.
$75 now.
Yeah. You get extra beans, right?
Yeah, you go to Chipotle and this nigga give you a spoon of rice.
And then the burritos are a lot smaller now too.
And then when you ask for, I get some extra rice, we got to add it to you.
Now I can't. Yeah, like it's his right.
With that stupid ass mask on. Now where we at? Somebody got something?
Where it's scant. Yeah. I wanted to see what it said. I got that word scant. It's in it's a Strong's H 7332. Razah, or I'm sorry, Razawan. It says leanness, scantness, wasting. When you look up that word scantness, the word scant itself by definition means barely sufficient or adequate. And it said wasting, which wasting means to be lacking. You know, it's not sufficient basically, you know what I'm saying? So it takes more to get things that don't even sustain, basically. You know what I'm saying? That's right. And that's abominable to the Lord, you know? That's all. Yeah, that's it on there.
I got one. You got one already?
No.
Ezekiel 4:16. This talking about the staff of bread in Jerusalem. Now we know Jerusalem is the people before the place, right? Moreover, he said unto me, son of man, behold, meaning look, I will break the staff of bread in Jerusalem, and they shall eat bread by weight and with care. That's how bad it's going to be out. You're going to eat bread by weight. You can better get 4-5 slices how you normally do now. You're going to be weighing that shit out, you know? And with care. You're not going to eat. You got to break out the brown piece around it. Some Jake don't like to eat the brown.
Yeah.
And that day, you're going to eat that. You're going to eat that shit. You're going to eat it with care, man.
Oh, yeah.
You see?
You're going to be cutting that the little ends off and saving them.
Yeah, you know? With care, and they that drink water by measure and with astounding. You're not going to be, because Jake can drink a bottle of water and it'll be half one, you'll get another over. You're going to eat your food and your drink with care in these times that's coming up.
Right. And see, they're using it as a weapon. They're using food as a weapon.
They're weaponizing it. Yep.
And if they can get it in their control, it's easier to weaponize it. Okay? If there's no farmers, nobody, you can go, you know Patrick, I know Pat, he cuts meat. You know? Because if you certain butchers, you go to certain places, you get that nigga number, man.
Real, you want to know somebody.
I mean, I got the dude's number, man.
We got him.
Ecclesiastes 5:9, it says, moreover, the profit of the earth is for all. The king himself is served by the field.
The earth, the resources.
So Esau's basically trying to, you know, get control over what the Lord made for everybody, you know what I'm saying? It says the king himself is served by the field, you know? But when ruled in wickedness, it all comes to naught. You don't benefit from it,
Right.
you know? And more on that. Yo, verse 11, it says, or verse 10, he that loveth silver shall not be satisfied with silver, nor he that loveth abundance with increase. This is also vanity. Because we know Esau is insatiable. He can never have enough, man. You know? Yep. Right. It's a filthy game.
Right.
This is Sirach 39, verse 25. It says, for the good are good things created from the beginning, so evil things for sinners. The principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape.
And most of those things, all of those things, pretty much that he's named, most of them have been tainted in this earth.
Yep.
Especially flour.
All of them.
Message of honey. Bees almost, endangered.
Yep. It says, and oil and clothing. All these things are for good to the godly. So to the sinners, they are turned into evil. Everything's tainted. Like it says in Isaiah the 24th chapter, man. All right? Because he's ruled, breaking the commandments, everything's polluted.
That's right.
Okay? So the earth languishes underneath these defiled rulers. Okay? It says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes.
He takes the resources of the earth and uses them against people. Like he takes them and pollutes them to a point where it becomes a weapon.
Yep. Yep. And there be spirits, man. So when you ruling wickedly, man, you literally stir up vengeance in the earth, man. That's why these animals will start attacking the people. That's why you have tsunamis and earthquakes, hailstorms, water turn red, blood moons every 2 weeks, you know?
Crackheads.
Pestilences, famines, crackheads.
Crackheads. It's a normal thing in Babylon
Yeah.
to come in contact with a crackhead.
Yeah. Fall asleep in your sandwich. It says, which in their fury lay on sore stroke. People's minds are bugged out. That's why you got people just running inside churches, shooting up, okay, jumping off bridges, okay?
That's the norm when things are out of order. Wickedness. You're not safe. And that's what we're, the Israelites, the remnant came to the conclusion, the serpent, his way wasn't right. It didn't work. We went off.
Yeah.
We got to go back.
We had a pivot.
Yeah, we got to do something else.
Just
Right. That's the beauty of it.
You know? It says, in the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Okay?
So you're going to see a lot of judgments, man.
Yep.
A lot more judgment. This year has been a year of just, they turned up, literally. The Apostle Tahar, the spirit of everybody's turned up. Right. Okay? People are working for the destruction to come too, like Elder Yakazak said. These people are working. They're fighting for the missiles to come.
Yeah.
We're crying for them to come, but these people are just, they're doing the deeds necessary to bring forth, to justify of like a flood.
Yeah.
What justified the flood? How stupid people were, man.
Right.
Everybody was evil. Okay, go ahead.
It says, fire and hail and famine and death. All these were created for vengeance.
Right.
Teeth of wild beasts and
Right.
scorpions, serpents.
Right.
And the sword punishing the wicked to destruction.
And when everywhere you look, Esau's getting attacked by animals. You don't see Jake getting attacked by animals.
Right.
Everywhere you look, the animals are turning on Esau, man. These animals are fed up. Because you spoiled the beast. Go ahead.
There's one silly ass Jake trying to jump on the goddamn alligator.
Oh yeah, well yeah.
They say that's far few between the day. That nigga trying to be a prophet.
Never get no box. He can't have no more box.
You got a bag and shit for your stroke. Yeah, that's good for your ass. Yeah, that's it.
Trying to tackle, jump on the back of the alligator. Go ahead.
So Sirach chapter 34, starting verse 21. The bread of the needy is their life.
The bread of the needy is their life. Right? The bread of the needy. And his dude is sitting up there and get ready to take it away from you, man. And tell you if you do want to eat, these are the stipulations. He ain't going to be asking in that day. So you were able to wiggle around what happened in 2020 you know, and play around and still be able to, you know, whoop, there it is, all that bullshit. All right, now you can take your mask off and go to the game and do all this, but these devils are moving, man. And they think if they know if we can control the food, we can control the people. Okay, that's why buying and selling is an integral part of the bringing in charagma. What do you buy and sell? Goods. What do you sell? You got a restaurant, or you going to the restaurant? Right? So the system of how you're gonna eat and how you're gonna sell your food is gonna be on a grid now. Okay? Go ahead. So read that again.
No side hustles, numbers.
No more side hustles. You cut hair and you want to get paid, that's gonna be on the system. That's gonna be on the books. Go ahead.
The bread of the needy is their life. He that defrauded him thereof is a man of blood.
He that defrauded him thereof is a man of blood. And that's the Edomite. He's a bloody man. Don't you get it? And here it is, our people are still voting. Niggas were crying for Joe Biden after all of the hell these devils they put on you, and they've showed you how wicked they were. You still trust in oppression. Get that? These niggas trust in oppression, man. Now he's getting ready to show you I'm the devil. He's been telling you, okay? Even with everything that they're doing, they're just telling you. We're looking for more, shortages. We're looking for more, and then the shortage comes. We're looking for more disease, and then it comes. Go ahead.
So Isaiah 30:12 reads, "Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word and trust in oppression."
You trust in oppression. All right? This nigga don't love you. He ain't never loved you, man. Just because you able to talk about game, all right, with Deborah at work or some cool Edomite, don't take away from the whole narrative of the truth of things, man. You're going to meet an Edomite and maybe have an okay conversation. That don't mean you're going to trust in the damn devil. Okay? You got to wiggle through, maneuver through Babylon. Go ahead.
Continuing on, it says, "And trust in oppression and perverseness, and stay thereon. Therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out."
A breach ready to fall. It's an unstable gate. What's that in Isaiah 36? You trust in this broken reed. America's a broken reed.
Right.
And the Lord put this hell on you so that you can know and understand that this was not the way. That you messed up. What do? Why should you be drinking anymore, as the scriptures say, man? That's why the scriptures say, pray not for this people. Because with the wickedness that's going on planet Earth, our people have no business not standing up and sighing and crying against you. Man. If you don't care about what they're doing to children, man, you got demons on you, man.
Yeah. Hey, they're in that Christianity here. They're shooting at Tops in Buffalo. What was the lady saying in the interview? Well, I'm not going to have any hate in my heart. I'm going to forgive them. Our people, they're so ready to forgive these same people that's been oppressing you this whole time.
That's right. Yep.
Isaiah chapter 28, verse 15. Because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement.
Right, you made a covenant with death. And that's ultimately he's getting ready to make you niggas do. To make a covenant with him. And a lot of you already did, in the sense when you went and willingly accepted what he told you to do. We're asking no question. Now here it is, you make a nigga some tea. I made some tea for you, man. I got this in it, got that. What the fuck, man? Hell no, man. That shit, hold on, look at here. That shit blue. Hell no, man. It's a elderberry, bro. Man, that shit don't work, man. Nah, that shit don't work, man. What's this? What's in it? But then the devil comes out of nowhere and said, here, take this. He's hissing. Yeah. He had his tail flapping, coming out his back pocket. showing you he the devil, and he just says here, and you niggas just jump out of nowhere. Yeah, okay, yeah. Then you fought over it. And then you excommunicated particular members of your family behind this damn juice. It became a god and idol. And one day, that was the new Jesus Christ. That's what it became. It was the modern day golden calf. Right?
Because people depended on that for their salvation.
There you go.
That's why, and that's what he's saying. People look to that for salvation instead of the Lord. So it became an idol.
Right.
They already put the nigga on the damn on the demons.
Right.
They were looking to see what like what I ain't said South Dog and say Nick.
Right.
They were just waiting on everything he say, they was gonna run too.
Right. Yeah. They're heavily dependent on him. Okay, go ahead.
When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us.
And niggas think because they've listened to Esau that the hell and the judgment ain't gonna come on them. Meaning they gonna be, Esau gonna take it easy on me. Y'all the ones, y'all stupid. Y'all ain't listening to the serpent. Come on, serpent. Right? And you think because you done complied and did bow the knee that you the hell that's coming that we talking about ain't gonna come unto you.
I keep mentioning that shooting in Buffalo. They said the kid, he was at the grocery store chopping it up with people. He was having normal conversations a week before. They befriended him, and what did he go in there and do? He still was a devil, man.
Open it out. That's the snake. You gonna bring this bitch. You gonna nurse the snake back to health. Come in.
You're not gonna sidestep his evil because you befriended him.
Right. Because when niggas see Edomites, they think the Wonder Years, Baywatch, you know, this love, prosperity, Family Guy. Oh, hey, they ain't got to worry about him. That's the nigga you need to be looking at.
Really fool the world and thinking he's harmless.
Right. Because they're not populating enough. There's more Edomites dying than actually being born. The death rate is higher than the birth rate. So they're looking at the reality of what's happening. They're like, these fuckers are taking over, man.
Bring it out. You gonna be pushed out. Yeah, God. You gonna be pushed out. Yep.
Right. So they're gonna react to that though. So look for a lot more Edomite Christians, because that mindset really is embedded in Edomite Christianity, because they feel they're the chosen people and it was their promised land. So they're the modern day chosen people, and the Lord gave them power to conquer, just like Joshua and Caleb and them did. Yeah. Now he did give you power to conquer, but you're not the chosen people. And the acts you did were wicked, and you're gonna pay for them.
Right.
And you did them all in the name of Christianity.
That was the umbrella to disguise their hatred.
Right.
Those Esau's umbrella to disguise his hatred for Jacob.
Right.
If you go to Ezekiel 35:5, it says, well, he had a perpetual hatred. That's what we're trying to tell you people. Tell people, but they ain't gonna hear that. You know what I mean? So look, 2/3 of our people, they're gonna perish by famine, sword, wild beasts, all those different things, man.
Right.
But when you got the men of the Lord, his counsel saying, hey, get off the train track, there's a train coming.
Right.
And you niggas just like, I ain't listening to you. You said it not, all the Lord's counsel. So in return, the Lord's gonna laugh at your calamity when he comes.
That's right.
Stick your hand in that snake. Hand to hand.
Don't touch that oven, it's hot. Let your stupid ass go through.
For we have made lies our refuge, and our falsehood have we hid ourselves. So they trust in the pressure and the lies of Esau. And the lies that Esau's told it and told all over planet Earth. And that's why everyone's hiding themselves. Right. You know, there's a refuge where you take your folks to hide yourself for protection. Because you're trying to protect yourself from the ways of Esau. It's not going to work. That's why the scriptures say that the strength of Pharaoh shall be thy shame in Isaiah 30. Yeah, okay? They're going to be ashamed that day because they backed the wrong player.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, you vote, you still vote, man. Confidence in an unfaithful man. And all your own brother got to do is step in your shoe at the club. And you ready to give up on him, take his life, and you step on his shoe. It's right. Yeah, you step on his shoe, and you mad at him.
They lay down Big Mama. Oh, we gotta forgive him.
Right. And niggas just don't have any conflict resolution. But when it comes to Esau, there's all this mercy and love and trust. Why? Because he has the power. Okay, go ahead.
Back in Sirach chapter 34.
See, the nation of Israel is likened to a woman, right? A woman flocks to power. See, and that's the thing. The 2/3 are flocking to Esau's power, while the elect, the faithful woman, are flocking unto the power that's unseen. The spirit, man. Go ahead. Yeah, read that.
Back in Sirach 34 and 21. The bread of the needy is their life. He that defraudeth him thereof is a man of blood.
Right.
He that taketh away his neighbor's living slayeth him.
Right. He that taketh away his neighbor's living slayeth him.
Goodness gracious. The scriptures talk about everything.
Everything. And that's what Esau's going to
They
do.
hate that, man.
Yeah.
They hate this Bible, man.
Yeah.
What's that? Hebrews 4:12?
Because it calls out their whole vibration. It's sharper than the two-edged sword. It pierces you inwardly.
Yeah.
And that's what the people are cut at, inwardly.
Shit. Yeah.
See, they may not say it on the video, what they heard about, but it's the word. It got them somewhere on the inside.
Like, yeah. You know?
Yeah, we get cut.
Let me, hold on. I got to just add this in there. I want you to call and read that one again. Hebrews chapter 4, verse 12 says, for the word of the Most High is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit. So it cuts you open and exposes you down into your soul and your spirit, whether on the right-hand side or on the left-hand side. And Esau and everybody that's drank down this wine and the wrath of fornication is being completely exposed by the word of the Heavenly Father, and it hurts. It hurts to be when these group of people, we see you, man. Yes, sir. We're calling you out, and we're telling you what's going to happen to you. The spirit. Okay. Yeah.
She read it.
Yep.
Right.
That's right. You know, literally and figuratively, right? It says dividing asunder, splitting apart of soul and spirit, and the joints and marrow. Right?
It get you
the
joints. That should be hurt, Jake. People, this word, I've never seen anything do people like it does how this word, like people will literally dedicate their life to following you around.
Yeah.
Like this word affects people.
Yeah. People hate you for it.
People that come into the camps and they're bugged out, like they left. Like this word, man. Woo.
Yeah.
That sticks in homes.
People leave out of this word. You see them. It says, and is a discerner of thoughts and intents of the heart.
So it judges you. That's what discerning means, man. It judges your thoughts and your intent, man. Yep. And that's why really people get mad. You know?
And it's Shy at the
end of the day.
Yep. He's the word.
Either you gonna repent or you just gonna stay locked into your wickedness, man, and die.
Yeah, that's why Scripture says judge the spirit by the spirit.
Right.
John 6:63. The word, man. The word that speak unto you, their spirit and their heart.
Right.
So that's how you discern a righteous man versus a wicked.
Exactly.
Back in Sirach 34 and 22. He that taketh away his neighbor's living slayeth him, and he that defraudeth the labor of his hire is a bloodshed.
That's what he's getting ready to do.
Man, that's what he is doing right now. You are being defrauded of your wages all the way around. And your way of, like we talked about earlier, hey, bro, the standard of living everywhere is dropping, you know, to where, you know, homeless people are getting aggressive. They need that right now. Help, you know, and everybody's feeling it, man. From people that's making 6 figures all the way down to the warehouse workers. All right, people are having to settle. People are moving out of those big homes. Like we talked about, one of the nicer parts of Dallas known as Uptown. All those apartment buildings, they're empty, man. No one can afford that, man.
And people don't want to work.
Yeah.
People are quitting their jobs. CEOs are leaving these corporations. I just walked by, what's that salad place? Yeah. I walked by, but they said because of labor issues.
Yeah.
Because nobody will work. They're training new people up. People ain't work. People like to hell with this shit, man.
Bro, these people working in these spots, man, you don't want them. They don't give a dang, man. You go up in there and you see kids in there.
Low quality.
How you doing?
But think about how you feel at your job. We don't give a
But you know what I'm saying? There's still some type of
Right.
You can tell they just was in a bag smoking a blunt.
Right.
They don't care, man.
Pickle syrup, they staring out the thing.
Scratching their head with their arms. You looking at them like, ugh! You know? Like, you know what? I'm good, man.
Fingernails, they didn't even here
Let's
now.
get some chips.
And then you look at the eggs. Damn bacon.
Yeah, like,
They fell on the egg. That's America for you. Bug out on the inside, or trend, or teeth people.
yeah,
You know?
yeah, one of the Transformer.
Giving you some food.
You know?
That'd be 69, 48, sir.
Yeah, people don't want to work. The grinding and ceasing, man. People realize that these jobs are stupid. They're stressed out. They're rather freaking have unemployment and Uber rather than go to work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody had to go back to work. They said the hell with that.
A lot of people like, I'm not going back.
Yeah, they don't want to go back in the office.
Yeah, I'm a day trader now.
Right.
Everybody running scam shit.
Losing like
Man, they got to work.
Okay.
So the squeeze is coming, man.
Yes.
More. Isaiah 19. You got something?
This is 2nd Ezra 16, verse 19. It says, Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for these things they shall not turn from their wickedness.
Scourge for amendment. You know, just like we had read in Sirach, the 39th chapter. The vengeance that the Most High has stirred up in the world is a scourge to rectify all the wickedness that's going on. And after America goes down, people are going to know what the Most High did.
Right.
I don't think people really understand how epic a downfall is about to happen, man. When you go and read the history books about what happened at the fall of Egypt, the fall of Babylon, the fall of Rome, right? Bro, it was bad, man. The Black Plague. Go read about the Black Plague, man. It's going to be worse. Okay? Even the Great Depression that's talked about here. Man, do you know how decadent we've lived? We've lived extremely luxurious lives. Even the poorest person in America.
Oh, yeah.
You eat meat every day.
Super entitled, man.
The entitlement is through the roof. You used to signs telling you where to go. People don't know how to think. Okay? When that all turns off, you're going to be like, help! We ain't. But people are going to be like, help! You know?
During the Great Depression, you had people that were well off. You know what I mean? Like low-level doctors, people that had practices, living in those tent cities, those Hoovervilles. You know what I mean? They went from living well to living in tents and being amongst just regular people having to scrap for food. And you know, Matthew 24:21 says it's going to be worse than any time. So what do you think is we're trying to tell you? Hey, dude, get in the spirit. Because that's the only way you can be delivered or navigate the time this.
Verse 20 says, But for all these things they shall not turn away from their wickedness.
They're not going to stop. They ain't considering, Jay ain't even considering that the Lord is doing something.
Right.
Like you clearly, if you got any sense, you should be looking at the earth like, wait a minute. Something right. You know, your belief system, you should question it, you know, get into it so that it can help you to understand what's going on around you and what you should be doing. Right. But all of that, still partying, bullshit, we're getting more wicked, talking about the bag,
Get more tattoos.
get more tattoos, taking more selfies, eating more lobster.
Go ahead. It says, Nor be for all these things they shall not turn away from their wickedness, nor be away mindful of the scourging. Behold, victuals shall be so cheap upon earth. They that shall think themselves to be in good case.
Right, you think you're in good case. Now you get we used to get a 50-cent bag of Doritos, but it would be filled up to the top.
Right.
Now it's 75. Now it's It's $1.25 for the little bags.
Aaron.
Shit, and then if you look at it, there's only like 8 chips in that motherfucker.
Or if you get the big bag, you can fold half of the damn bag.
That's another form of inflation.
That's right. Exactly.
Things are you're getting a scarce amount. They're rationing. Right. Scant measure.
Same
Right.
Right. Same bag.
They shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evil grow upon earth.
Right. It's just going up on the earth, but you got Taco Bell. And they brought back that pizza. Remember that pizza everybody used to eat? They brought that shit back. Just so niggas can be more distracted. Just sit at a table. What should we do next? Hey, bring back that fucking pizza.
Yeah, everybody going retro, man.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Then shall evil grow upon the earth. Sword, famine, and great
Sword.
confusion.
We see the sword growing. Famine and great confusion. We see all of those things happening.
You put that video up today about Shell, the gas company.
Oh yeah.
How these companies, they control people's facets of life.
Yeah.
In Nigeria, video put up, they control the military because where they were getting the oil from, it was polluting the water and the food and the crops from people living in Nigeria. So this devil commissioned the military to go shut them up. And they slayed those people, man.
Yeah.
This is the kind of man you're dealing with. He isn't different. He isn't some reformed guy. This is the same nigga.
That's that happened too, man. They use NATO to go in and they take over countries, man. Yeah, might as well.
Verse 22 it says, for any of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy.
Right. You go run from famine. You go get to a house. You go see some goddamn tuna fish. Yes. You gonna sit there eating it. And as soon as you get to the last bite, a big wild Edomite comes out with a cat.
Put it down, boy. Hey, put it down, boy. Hey. Or you escape all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
The lion, the bear, the this, the that, right? Yeah. Different tribulations. And you think you finally gonna get up out of there, and the missile's gonna drop you and disintegrate you. Like all that huffing and puffing, breathing, and almost, and fire just gonna wipe your ass out. That's horrible. That's horrible. God, no.
Thank you, Jesus, and everything.
I knew you was going to
Won't he do it? Oh, that sucks. Whatever. No?
Go ahead.
I gotta put it back over something you just read. Lamentations 4:9, it says, they that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. For these pine away, stricken through for want of the fruits of the field.
And the Lord did that to Israel before. What do you think the Babylonians did to Jacob? Okay? They starved Jake out, man. Jeremiah, Ezekiel, they were telling Jacob.
Among the pestilences, and the sword, that famine is going to be the number one judgment for these people. That's going to be one of the number one methods of judgment. You know?
So let's say being slain with swords is better than that. So
Yeah.
imagine if you're hungry for a couple of days, your body start eating itself and all that.
Get shot. You know?
That's torture to go weak without having food or water.
That's a
And
slow
then you
burn.
gotta remember, you ain't gonna have going into, you're not gonna have access to anything. You know what I mean? You ain't just gonna. We think you people gonna be like just going from house to house and find this. It ain't gonna be.
You're going to find a way.
Yeah, it's not gonna be like that. You got a place like Dallas or like the metro places. It's talking about it's a food desert. That's what they call it online.
Right.
It's not, you can't go walk up and find some fruit. It ain't like that.
Yeah.
There's nothing for miles.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you got the military gonna be checkpoints.
Yep.
How you gonna be going from place to place? Like, the Lord with you don't got it, bro.
Yep.
Systematically, they know where people are at. You know what I'm saying? They got these roads very well, the logistics of this place down pat. All it takes is a couple of large military vehicles to completely shut down 75, 35, and the major highways up out of here. Okay, you know, so you're gonna be holed up in your spot while the WHO is coming and making mass announcements on what place you need to go to in order to get your rations for the day. And then, 3 years ago, us saying this was ridiculous. But people didn't, this ain't crazy once they shut you down during the time of the pandemic, man. Okay, now look at what's going on over there in China. And what they did to people over there in Australia. They shut the whole country down, man. Right now, I think it's Shanghai or Beijing, one of them. Shanghai, but it's looking like they're going to shut down Beijing as well. These are all test runs for what's coming to all major cities across the world.
Right.
All right, because you think it's just going to be in China? China is just where it starts. That's the manufacturer. Things are going to leak out, okay, to the consumer nations. The whole wheel is about to be stopped, man. And all of these things that's being prescribed here in the book of 2nd Ezra are going to start to come down the line. We already seeing it. All right? You got the prophets jumping up and down telling you emphatically, get your mind right. Get back into that old ancient way of thinking. That's what the Most High is doing. Get back into the scriptures and that mindset, and that's why the way you process information. You got to rehearse the righteous acts, man. Right now, it's not a shock for us. We already mentally going through Jacob's trouble. So when it's here, it's like, oh shit, I saw this. You know what I mean? How a boxer envisions a fight, and they talk about after he might win by KO, he's just like, they're like, man, what did you do? You performed so excellent. How do you stay composed? He's like, I saw it so many times in my head. I boxed it so many times in my head, man, that when it actually happened, it just flowed. That's how it's gonna be through the spirit, man. Okay? So we are right there. Okay, you got something?
Proverbs 11 and 26, it says, he that withholdeth corn, the people shall curse him.
Yeah, and that's what they're doing to these people. You go into the Midwest, they're restricting a lot of these farmers from growing their crops, and they're making it so hard for them to even cut a profit. A lot of these people are just shutting down, man. Though the people are angry at the government, man. We're seeing more and more and more unrest. You have this alt-right side kind of thing, along with contemporary conservative Republicans. They're completely fighting against the BBB plan with Biden and his old administration, man. Okay? This leading to what? Radical terrorists, domestic terrorism, right? Because as this gets worse, like we keep saying, the original Edomite is about to show up. And who do you think the Edomites are going to blame when the economy's jacked up? They ain't gonna blame Biden. They're gonna blame you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. They're gonna blame immigrants and black people, man. They're gonna say you're the reason that we're giving all of our tax money is going to you niggers. All of our tax money is going to you immigrants. And this is why it's inflated, and we need to get back to our original America. Red-blooded America. And more of these militias, they're not gonna listen to the police and to the National Guard. They believe they have a righteous cause.
Especially in Texas, because everybody's heavily armed down here.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, too, that they're doing with these shootings.
Esau.
Gun control laws.
Exactly.
Esau is heavily armed everywhere.
Yep.
See? Esau is heavily armed in all 50 states and U.S. territories.
They got some downtown.
You see an Edomite, there's a pistol somewhere. All right? Okay? Very few of these Edomites are not shooting guns as little bitty boys, man. It's a culture. All right? You got some surfer boys, but they'll shoot your ass too, man. The original Edomite is coming out, man. You might see these guys walking up and down the street, man. I guarantee you they got weapons. All 50 states, man.
Okay? How that Buffalo shooter was operating that gun. It looked like a first-person shooter game. I was like, he wasn't holding it to horizontally like Jake Paul. I'm talking about precision. You can tell he was thoroughly trained.
That boy could shoot.
He could shoot, bro.
From the distance, when he first pulled out, he said, he hit you real quick. Real quick.
Yo.
All right?
Yo. Go ahead, Chad. Again, Proverbs 11 and 26. He that withholdeth corn, the people shall curse him.
Yeah.
But blessing shall be upon the head of him that selleth it. He that diligently seeketh good procureth favor.
Yeah, man. Blessings. Why? Because the price is inflated.
Right.
Now you're going to be making more profit, man. Go ahead.
It says, he that diligently seeketh good procureth favor, but he that seeketh mischief, it shall come unto him.
Right, so all the enterprises of Esau, all the mechanisms that run this world, all these institutions, they're all mischievous, man. They're all corrupt. So what type of judgment do you think is reserved for this place? A massive judgment. Unseen. Okay?
Ezekiel 14:13. Son of man, when the land sinned against me by trespassing grievously, then will I stretch out mine hand upon it, and will break the staff of the bread thereof, and will send famine upon it, and will cut off man and beast from it.
We're going to keep talking about these famines because it's coming, man. We're going to keep talking about these shortages because it's coming. We're going to keep talking about the issues with energy because it's here. Blackouts, rolling blackouts. Now, they already gave you a little taste of that in Texas, you know, because Texas has a different type of electrical grid, you know, and it's looking to be a record summer. Right? Now, we in May. We just in mid-May. It's hot than a hot. Hot.
Already.
Look, so we don't even know what it's going to look like when we get to what, July, August? We might have 2 months of straight hunting.
Every day,
So people going to be running all types of energy. The price is going to be crazy. They're going to be shut down parts of the grid. People going to be mad. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Gas going to be $12 a gallon. Yo. So, hey. It's going to be bad out here. Let's go, champ. That was it?
Yeah, that was it. Isaiah 9. You got something? No, go ahead.
Okay. Isaiah chapter 65, verse, I'm going to start at verse 11. It says, but ye are they that forsook the Lord, that forgot my holy mountain, that prepared a table for their truth, and that furnished the drink.
Table for that truth. That's Jake is set. They prepared Esau's table, man. Your leaders are setting you up to be basically slaughtered for Esau. Get ate up, man. Go ahead.
It says that prepare a table for their truth, and that furnish the drink offering unto that number. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and you shall all bow down to the slaughter. Because when I called, you did not answer.
Right, now how does the Most High call? The prophets are an extension of the voice and the hand of the Most High. That's why Yahweh Shai is likened to the right hand. The prophets are a part of that, the spirit. We're an extension of his holy arm. We're an extension of his voice. Right. To give you what? To bring mercy. The prophets are a sign of mercy. Right. Grace. The Lord is trying to have mercy on you. Go ahead.
That's right. So it says, because when I had called, you did not answer. When I spake, you did not hear. But did evil before mine eyes.
Right, because the Most High ain't down here on the earth, walking by the gas station, talking to people. No. Us. Right. This is what he's talking about. The voice of the Lord is the prophets. It says the priest is the lips. Basically, the priests are his mouth. I believe it says in Micah. Okay, go ahead.
It says, but did evil before my eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. Therefore, thus says the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Shai, behold, my servant shall eat, but you shall be hungry. Behold, my servant
shall eat. That's in the scriptures. It says that in Psalm 37, like in the time of famine. Somebody get that too. We're going to be all right. That's written. So, hey, put therefore on the elect. You got to do what you got to do to get in that, be in position.
Right, because the thing is, Jake is scared of certain fear. He says, be not afraid of certain fear. When shit starts shutting down a little bit, you start panicking, but it's like the Lord already said we're going to eat. So you don't project all this with food. What is this? If he's with you, he's with you. You gotta believe, you gotta trust and believe in it. That's that refuge.
That's that strong tower. All right? Back to Isaiah 65, verse 13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shemawashai, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Man. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but you shall be ashamed. Right, because we told you. That's why. Okay, through the spirit of Yahweh Shemawashai, for years we told you. So you're going to be ashamed because why? When those things come to pass, you shall know that a prophet was among you. Multiple prophets around the world saying the same thing in unison. That one body, the true one body on the earth. All right?
Be put pitiful case for being for turning your shoulder.
Pull the shoulder.
Pull your shoulder. You know. I got a precept of what you got to do. Okay, but no, you finish one more. All right, and I'll come behind you.
All right, verse 14. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart. Now we're going to be singing.
Yeah.
Okay? We're going to be in that spirit of rejoicing, even though it's the end. That's the singing. Yeah. Knowing it's the end, knowing it's all over.
Yep.
All right? It says...
Songs, you know, praying.
Ooh, you know what? Psalms 149 goes in there. When it says, sing upon your beds, rejoice, basically, because we know it's over. Okay? Back at 14. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but you shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit.
Yeah, you're going to know it's over. Like, damn, right. I didn't prepare, I wasn't ready. That chip going to roll out. It's going to be bad, man.
You have no faith.
Okay?
This is not how I pictured. This is not what I was talking about.
Right.
And howling is different from just being sad. When you howl, it's like you lost everything. That's somebody that's completely
That's
broken.
on your knees.
That's what
Right.
That bubble, that snot bubble.
That's how.
You know?
All the way over.
Through.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Just ripped apart, you know? It's over. You know what I'm saying? Like these top CEOs right now are selling all their stock options and trying to get whatever they can out of the market because they know something's going down, man. But we're even all that's wasted. They're going to be up in that big condo apartment. Helicopters going to be coming by the window. Announcements and shit. Please, we can go to the relocation facility. He's going to be slumped down in that leather couch with the windows open. You know?
They're going to be the first ones to off themselves.
Yeah, man.
Because they used to live in a certain kind of life.
Yeah.
And when they get clamped up like that, they're going to be like, man, it's over.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Exactly what he's going to do. You know what I'm saying? I want to read this one because it goes in so well with what the elder was reading. The brother Kazak Ban Yahweh put 2nd Ezra 2 and 25 on down. Nourish thy children, O thou good nurse, establish their feet, for as the servants whom I have given thee, there shall not one of them perish, for I will require them from among thy number. Be not weary, for when the day of trouble in heaven is coming, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance.
Right.
You got this wisdom and knowledge. This wisdom and knowledge, the Lord gonna look out for you. If you ain't got it, He ain't gonna deal with you. Absolutely right. You gotta have this in order to be delivered, to be part of the elect.
And you may have to go through a trial period before you get to that.
Absolutely.
This stuff is said.
Hey, it says in 2 Corinthians 16 that my chosen shall be tried as gold in the fire. Then shall my chosen be known. So that path into the kingdom, through much tribulation shall we enter to the kingdom of heaven. We have to go that way. There's no way out of that route.
I mean, our spirit
That
has to
thin
change.
line, deep water on one side, fire on the other side. You can feel the flame, you feel the drops of the water. You're like, shit. You're trying to get through this little line. That's that intensity of Jacob's trouble.
That's when Yahweh Shai, when he asked the Lord, is there any other way?
Right.
There you go.
Absolutely. There you go.
But the Lord, like Caleb, He changed the spirit of Caleb. Our spirit right now is going to have to change to deal with that. How we feel right now, folks, we ain't going to make it. So the Lord going to have to intensify our spirit in us, man. This shit's going to get crazy. We can't have the same big spirit now. Our spirit will have to change on another level.
And the Lord put that spirit in Caleb.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So if you of the elect, you go do the things necessary, all right, to what? For the Lord to be justified, for the Lord to, hey man, you be all right, man.
Even they say when we try, we may go a day or two without eating, but when you say put on the elect, we're already fasting and practicing and praying to hear the Father doing those things. These people get hungry, they gonna lose it in 8 hours. You go out, just walk in the park. I'm already fasting and praying and doing these things. God's gonna give you the blessing.
Now, you got a point? All right. 2nd Ezra 2:28. The heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, saith the Lord.
That's right. That's right. And that starts here.
Yeah.
Because that's a process from here leading up to them seeing our glory and seeing our kingdom established and seeing the righteousness and seeing that we got the Lord. They don't. Okay, all these heathens come over here, okay, into Babylon and look at us like, you nigger. Like, we ain't nothing, man. Now, we are low. We did go down. But even though the Jake that repent and the Jake that's on point in wisdom, they still look at us like a dumb nigga, pretty much. Okay, so that envy starts with this wisdom we have. This wisdom that we got, that's part of that envy. Like, damn, like, how do they know this stuff, man? Breaking down these scriptures, okay, the wisdom that comes from the throne, that's a blessing. That's all we got right now. Okay, wisdom is all we need to get up out of here, man. Go ahead.
You gotta realize when they're gonna be coming to that revelation. You go to Wisdom of Solomon 5, and it talks about, this was he.
Yeah.
That's gonna be happening in the midst of them being at their lowest state.
Right.
When they're howling, when they're in that howling state, they're gonna realize, oh shit, these guys, it was them the whole time?
Yeah.
How? I'm talking about when they're broken, when they're shattered, when they have nothing, when they done seen all the evils that the Lord sent upon them. Right. That's when they're going to come to that realization. It was them.
Right.
Whole time.
This is Habakkuk chapter 3 and 16, because he's seen the vision of how this was going to end. It says, when I heard, my belly trembled, my lips quivered at the voice. Rottenness entered into my bones, and I trembled in myself that I might rest in the day of trouble.
That lets you know that vision was heavy, man.
Right.
Like, he was like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know you ever been caught outside when a tornado was out there and it's like close? Yeah. You know what I mean? I have. That shit's scary. You know you ain't got nothing on that, ain't no gun, stop it. You know, shit. You know, I've been in that's some scary stuff, man. So how much more of the destruction of this place, like what he's seeing, the rottenness comes inside, like, yeah, that's the glory of the Heavenly Father. It's terrible.
And he said that I might rest in the day of trouble.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah, right. Showing the.
He probably saw himself.
He saw himself there, like,
like, how we gonna get out of this situation?
Yeah.
It says, when he cometh unto the people, he will invade them with his troops. Although the fig tree shall not blossom, neither shall fruit be in the vines, the labor of the olive shall fail, and the field shall yield no meat.
Bro, there's no famines, no employment. All right? Trucks not moving. It's always incorporated around the days of sorrow. It's famine and plague,
Right.
and lack, wanting, right? Scant measure, right?
Right? It says, the flock shall be cut off from the fold.
Look at that.
They're stopping farming now.
Uh-huh.
And there shall be no herd in the stalls.
Yeah. And then once these wars stop, all the men, they're going to be fighting in the wars. So a lot of these industries are not going to have what it needs to operate, man. Because the men going to be getting killed in Armageddon.
Second after 16. What the women gonna do?
Yeah.
Say they gonna have no helper.
Yeah, that OnlyFans money going to dry up.
Crazy.
Okay? All right?
Then those of you who done juiced up and who go paragma up, you gonna get sick. It's gonna be a grievous sore. Watch, man. Those who trusted in Egypt, it's gonna be known.
It's going to be your shame, like
It's
this.
gonna trust in it. It's gonna the Lord gonna, and He gonna do it in fashion.
Oh, yeah.
All right, and then the Lord may give, and I believe He is gonna give the prophets power to heal.
Yeah.
So then the people gonna start running to us. Like, nope, they were trying to fight us. The Lord gonna hide us. Now, particular, the Lord may allow us to have, we have mercy on, heal them. But the people, you people ain't with the Lord, man. Right. It says, and there shall be no meat in the stalls, though all of these things are happening. Yet will I rejoice in the Lord. I will joy in the God of my salvation.
Yes.
With all of that going on, he said, man,
And that
I'm just gonna trust in the Lord.
Hey, and that proves he got vision.
Yeah.
That proves he can see past that.
Right.
That's what we got to do.
Right.
These things are written for our learning. He saw past it. You got to see past it. If you believe in Yahweh Shema Shai and your power, you got to see past it, man. Okay? And have that expected end of salvation and believe in that. Go ahead.
I'm saying where there is no vision, the people perish. So you got to be able to see past that, see that light. After.
And that word vision goes back to what? An oracle, which is a prophecy. Where there is no prophecy, the people perish. You see that? Well, and that's how you know who the true leaders the Lord set up are, the prophets. The seers. They see afar off. Noah was a prophet. He told the people, nigga, it's getting ready to rain. See? They just turned up out here.
I got one real quick. Psalms 124:2. If it not have been the Lord who was on our side when man rose up against us.
It's going to Edom Esau. It said the wicked. It said Proverbs 28. The wicked shall rise, and that's what's happening. He about to rise up. That's going back to the time of Genesis in the womb, man. And that word struggle in that 25 and 22 means to oppress one another. That shit go all the way back to ancient hate, man. What's coming to so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, bro. Like, this shit is for real, man. This is ancient hatred. You know, this ain't nothing new.
Yeah, I got it.
Go ahead.
This is the brother GMS narrator at C7, Shalom. It says, Psalms 33 and 18, behold, the eye of the Lord is upon them that fear him, upon them that hope in his mercy.
Oh, hold on. No, read that again.
Yeah, it says, behold, the eye of the Lord is upon them that fear him, upon them that hope in his mercy.
He wants you to hope in his mercy, man. His eyes are upon you. Those that fear him and hope, and keep that hope alive, man. Okay? Look, this is the thing. Patience. Let patience have a perfect work. Okay? And then it says what? And then the hope. Everything is for us to hope and be like, Lord, we believe, even though it looks horrible. Yeah. This is the worst time ever, but we still believe that you're going to come down and get us and deliver us from this situation. You got to have that embedded deep in your heart and your spirit, man. If you don't, you're going to fold. Because there's going to be too much going on not to fold. Okay, without that hope. Go ahead.
It says, to deliver their soul from death and to keep them alive in famine.
That's right. You know? Right. That servant, my servant shall eat. Right. And we don't know how we're going to eat. Right. We don't know how we're going to eat, man. But there's many ways the Lord can do it. The Lord can do it how you want to do it. Okay, the Lord can have you have a steak. You have one steak, you got 5 kids, everybody looking for that piece. That fork to get that piece, and you try to concern to the next day, you think it's your last steak, and you wake up, the steak done tripled and quadrupled, you got 20 steaks. The Lord can do that. Right, the bread and the loaves, he did it then. So that proves that a little bit can feed as many as the Lord wants.
Exactly.
So, right, so with a power that can do that, and you trust in that power, what are you worried about?
Right. Yep.
What are you worried? That's the spirit you gotta have.
You gotta know the Most High's in control. Esau ain't in control. Right. He wants to feign like he's the Most High, but the Most High's got this thing regulated.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, Raven, Elijah.
That's right. That's right.
Understand? Think about that.
Thank you.
Elijah was
Who brought food to Daniel?
right.
And the lions.
So like, this devil's trying to orchestrate it to where you can't live without him, but the Lord's going to have an alternative, and that's going to be his servant.
Right, because we live by what? By faith. Right. We don't live by Esau. Get Esau's ways and what he gonna do out your head, man. Okay, keep your head for prophecy, but get out your head. Don't let it take away your faith. Right. Go ahead.
They love not their lives unto the death.
Right.
It says, our soul waited for the Lord, for Yahweh Shem Yahushua. He is our help and our shield.
Right, that's our shield. Okay? Okay, that's our faith. The just shall live by faith. You have access by faith. You have access to be fed through the faith. during that time. That's your access.
Right, right.
Okay? When the Lord comes, when your house shall come, he said, shall I find faith on the earth? Or are you going to fold because all these different things is happening that I told you was going to happen? Why did I tell you for you not to hope in me? I told you before, years before. I gave you all this grace to get prepared. So now all hell break loose. Now you're just going to just faint? That don't make sense, man. If you believe in how about your mouth shy, it don't make sense.
Right? If you faint the day of adversity. It says, for our heart shall rejoice in him because we have trusted in his holy name.
Right. And that goes back to Isaiah 65. We shall eat. Okay. We shall have joy at heart. Right? Because why? Everything we said came to pass. We go right now, we believe that we are the men of the Lord. We know we got the truth. Okay? And we try to endure in Babylon and Chariots. But when that time happened and all hell break loose and they try to make you take the mark, okay? We gonna know, man, we were the men of the Lord, man. We told y'all all this. So that's gonna, you know, bump us up some, man. Right.
It's like, that's why you can hear the brothers in the background, they pumped up, they sending up curses on this place, man.
Yeah.
Because curses is coming, man. All right, when we see these famines, when we see the prices of everything going up, people fighting and warring against each other, that brings joy to us, man, because it's the prophecy. All right, and we believe that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to protect us through this time. Why? Because he said he would. Scripture says that the Most High is faithful.
Right.
All right, to those who labor and serve him.
Right.
All right? So we know we're going to be all right, man. So if you got that what if spirit, you know, you got that what if this, what if that spirit, you got to put that off, man. Okay? What if the Most High take care of you? How about that? What if you all right? How about that, man? You know?
What if you win?
Yeah, what if you catch a W? Let's go, Chan.
What if you go into these scriptures and see what our ancient forefathers did and what happened to the righteous ones?
Let's go, Chan. Right.
I got it. Go ahead.
No, he got one.
Ecclesiastes 2 and 4, no, 2 and 10 in the Apocrypha. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him?
Right. Go back into Romans 15:4. Before I learned it, man. You got to dig into this. You got to go into this treasure chest.
Right.
You know?
You know what, too? When you read that, right, and you read different accounts, that Jake always referenced back to older generations, okay, for the faith of those there at that time. Like, don't be scared. Look, remember what the Lord did. And we're going to be doing it amongst each other. At this time, we're going to be doing it amongst each other. Because everybody don't got the same level of faith, man. Everybody get weak at times. So we're going to be helping each other through the spirit, man, survive this.
Sort each other.
That's right.
Still got something, brother?
No, that was it.
This is First Maccabees 2, just to back you up. First Maccabees 2 and 50, then I'm going to jump down. It says, now therefore, my sons, be zealous for the law, and give your lives for the covenant of your fathers, call to remembrance what acts our fathers did in their time.
Wow. Because they were in perilous times during this time, man. You had the Greeks coming down on our nation. I'm talking about like ransacking our temples, killing our people, forcing laws, forcing them to eat pork. And if they didn't eat it, they'd kill them. Eleazar, man. You know, the woman with the 7 sons.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
All right, we coming back into those times where if you don't want to take that chip, if you don't want to come into this new reset the way that they want, they'll lock you up or they'll kill you, man. Right. They're already trying to control the narrative and make it. It's funny because I was watching Tucker Carlson and he was like, man, it's crazy because you remember all those people who were conspiracy theorists? Now we listen to them for as the news.
Yeah, right.
They right.
Oh, yo, mainstream news is trash.
You know?
Star Trek. They're not telling you. Because all of these moves that Biden are making, it's not in mainstream, bro. You know what I'm saying? But it's happening. Go ahead.
It says, call to remembrance what acts our fathers did in their time, so you shall receive great honor and an everlasting name.
Right. But if you following a nigga like Jephthah,
Come on now.
you can't believe in it.
Right.
Okay. Right? The miracles ain't real.
Yeah.
There was miracles that came for our forefathers, man. That's right. You know?
It starts to name them all off. I'm going to jump down a little bit if it's okay. Verse 60, it says, this is the last example it gives. Daniel, for his innocency, was delivered from the mouth of lions. Yeah. And thus consider ye throughout all ages that none that put their trust in him shall be overcome.
Yeah, man. So when you had the 3 little ones walking in the furnace, you don't think that was a miracle, man?
Right.
The lion not eating Daniel? Come on now.
Habakkuk bringing the food, and Habakkuk had never been to Babylon.
Exactly, man.
Hey, hold on.
All right.
Hungry lions that haven't eaten.
Right.
Okay, that was looking for a meal.
Yeah.
There was so many scenarios.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
That's just a couple of all the things that the Most High brought our people through.
Right.
Gideon, he went to war with 300 men. Come on. Against hosts.
He wasn't scared.
Okay? Go ahead, champ.
Verse 62. Fear not then the words of a sinful man,
Yeah.
for his glory shall be dung and worms.
Yeah, man. So don't fear them when they come in with these unrighteous decrees. They come in with these executive orders. Don't fear them, man. The way they say you have to get that jab, like we told you, unlike these other Israelite groups. They tell you to fear and just do what the Edomites say.
Right. Do whatever they tell
We
you.
tell you don't fear, man.
Right, because of faith. Absolutely.
And have faith in Yahweh Shemel Shah. Okay?
Sirach 4 and 27-28. Make not thyself an underling to a foolish man, neither accept the person of the mighty.
You have our people that made themselves an underling to Biden.
Yeah.
Okay? Absolutely retarded. You know? But then you got people that call themselves Israelites. They make themselves underling to people who are foolish, man. People who tell you to take the jab, man.
People in the world.
We see these sickly looking Israel, and now you guys are looking more sickly, man.
Yeah.
All right? Before they took the jump shot. Okay, go ahead.
Strive for the truth.
Yeah.
Strive for the truth unto death,
Fight for the truth unto death, yes, sir.
and the Lord shall fight for thee.
He gonna have your back. The Most High is gonna have your back, man. You fight for the truth. The Most High is gonna take care of you.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I still got one more precept on this. Verse 63, it says, today he shall be lifted up, tomorrow he shall not be found, because he's returned into dust, and his thought has come to nothing. So when we go into those different trials and we're being tested, you gotta understand, hey man, this is the end of his stuff.
Right. Thank you.
Well, what I'm gonna phone for in the fourth quarter? It's the end of the game.
10 seconds left.
It's 10 seconds left. I just gotta be solid and do my job.
You already know you're going to win.
Yeah, you know you're gonna win. Just hold the ball, do your job.
Yeah.
So regardless of what he,
for you to lose this game.
Right. You be scared.
right, regardless of what he's doing.
That's why, hey, that's why you have to exercise looking through things now and not seeing what's in front of you and be like, oh, you got to be able to see through things now because it's like they say they believe and talk all that. Okay,
Yeah.
when all hell break loose, we're going to see if you've been exercising that spirit because it ain't going to just turn on just because you wanted to randomly. That's an exercising thing in spirit that in flow. Right. So when that happens, you're already in the flow of that spirit. Of seeing stuff and not being shaken by it like that. Because why? You went straight to the Father, straight to your Yahweh Shemel Shah and believe in them.
Second Maccabees. Yes, it'll be over there. Second Maccabees, chapter 15 and 7. But Maccabeus had ever sure confidence that the Lord would help him. Wherefore he exhorted his people not to fear the coming of the heathen against them, but to remember the help which in former times they had received from heaven.
Yeah, man. So he had that righteous confidence that,
Right.
hey, man, we're doing what Yahweh Shemel Shah wants. We're fighting for his commandments, his word, all right, his land. So even when it looked bad, because it looked bad, he still fought, man. And he won many a glorious battle, too.
And now to expect the victory and aim.
Oh, hold on. What? To expect, right? Come on now. Hey, that's that. Real quick, somebody get Hebrew chapter 11. I think it's verse 1 and 2. That's that evidence. That's that evidence, man.
That's right. Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. It says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
The evidence, man. So it wasn't, what the elder just read, it wasn't seen yet. It had to manifest that they were going to get the victory. That had to manifest.
That's right.
It didn't happen already.
Right. Yep.
But the way he was talking with that spiritual connect, that evidence. He had that evidence already, man.
Yep.
That faith, that belief to move mountains. Okay? It shows you how spiritual Yahweh Shema Shah wants us to be in His grace to get to that point, to get better at that.
It said everlasting faith, everlasting. Like it was nothing that could have deterred his belief.
Yeah.
Come on, now.
Yeah.
Come on, now.
Yeah, he was like, I'm built for certain. Can't nobody.
But who
tell me
told him
nothing.
that? But
He was
but
never
hold on.
sure.
But who told him? Who told him? That's what I'm saying. It's all in the mind, man. This is a spiritual war. Get your mind up for what's going on here.
Let's
Right.
believe that he is.
Right.
It says, and now expect the victory and aid which should come to them from the Almighty. And so comforted them out of the law and the prophets, and withal putting them in mind of the battles that they had won aforetime, and he made them more cheerful.
So he went to the scriptures
Come on now.
and to comfort the people. Right. And look what the Most High did here.
Right.
Look what the Most High did here. Here.
Right.
Didn't we just win that last battle? Didn't we just kick ass? The Most High still with us. He's gonna bring aid through these pestilences, through these famines. You have to know that.
Right.
And move with that spirit of confidence of the Most High. You don't want to be caught with sorrow of the world.
Right.
Fear of lack in the world.
Right.
All right?
Right.
Okay?
Right. Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, saith the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end.
Most High, He put His name on us, man. So He said, for my holy name's sake, because I have surnamed you Israel, for my holy name's sake, I'm gonna bring you into that rest. I'm gonna share in this glory with you. Because how can I have a name on something that's tarnished and broken? Absolutely not. Everything that represents me is going to be nice. So the Most High, He said, because of my holy name's sake, there's an expected end.
Right. Now, and what's wrong with just believing and that's it?
Yeah.
And Yahweh Shah, when He was on the scene, He was teaching them the same thing. When you read the stories, He was teaching them the same thing, man. To have that type of mind. You're seeing one thing, but you believe in a whole nother. Because why? What you can't see, okay, is your power. What you can see, it's all spiritual.
Right. Let me read this. It's the same chapter, 2 Maccabees 15, but I'm going to jump to 21. Maccabeus, seeing the coming of the multitude and the diverse preparations of armor and the fierceness of the beast, stretched out his hand towards heaven and called upon the Lord that worketh wonders, knowing that victory cometh not by arms, but even as it seemeth good to him, he giveth it to such as are worthy.
Right.
Right. Victory don't come by arms.
Right.
So don't be as what's that? Somebody get Isaiah 31 real quick and 3. Isaiah 31 and 3. You see, Jake looking at, because it's like we're like David versus Goliath.
Right, exactly.
This is literally David versus Goliath in the spirit. The tabernacle of David is like we're in debt, as I said, distressed. It looks impossible, but we trust in our rock. And that rock is Yahweh Shai.
Okay. Isaiah 31? Isaiah 31 and 3, it says, now the Egyptians are men and not the Most High.
Right, they're just men. Now who's the modern day Egyptian? It's the Edomite. Right. They're men and they're not God. Now they do have a blessing in technology. All right, go ahead.
It says, and their horse is flesh and not spirit.
Their horses are flesh and not spirit. There's particular things the chariots can do that their technology can't do. Right. There's particular things in the earth Esau don't even understand fully. Right. Esau don't got it. Now he got some, don't get it twisted, he got some stuff. All right, the scriptures say he would deceive them by the miracles he would be able to do in the sight of the beast. With this beast system, the Lord's blessed him. So he's been able to go, he got some creations. But even that is limited.
Right.
There's a limit to it. First of all, man had to, but the chariots, oh my goodness.
He can't even go and look at all the ocean.
Right.
Or the denseness of the forest. You know what I mean?
Rainforest, he damn sure. Right. Even though he burned down a lot of the rainforest, there was a point where he couldn't get it.
Yeah. Okay. So, the Most High is way above the thoughts of man. Right. Like it says in the Apocrypha, man. Hardly do we even guess aright.
Right.
Wisdom of Solomon in the 9th chapter.
Right. We got a military. But it's you got to, you know what I'm saying? That's our defense the whole time. Go ahead.
It says, when the Lord shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they shall all fell together.
That's right. That's Yahushua. When the Lord bring forth his glorious arm, it said he's going to rebuke the wicked inventions of the heathen. All right, and once that happens, once the chariots come, that's it. That's it. The elect, the second death ain't gonna have any dominion over the elect. So either you gonna already be on the chariot, or you're gonna be beamed up to the chariot, and that's it. So mission accomplished, man.
Hey, seriously, interesting part in our deliverance. Right. Elijah and Elisha, what did he tell Elisha when they was on the run? The king of Syria sent men after him. They said there'd be more of them that be with us than them that be with them.
Go ahead.
Verse 5, Isaiah 31:5, as birds flying, so will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem.
As birds flying, so will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem. What does that mean? What does that mean? Sure thing. All right. What is that talking about? Go ahead.
It says,
a big hawk come. No, it's talking about the chariot.
As birds flying, so will the Lord defend Jerusalem. Who's Jerusalem? The elect.
right.
Narnia,
Wherever the elect are, you represent Jerusalem because that's the temple. That's what a temple was. Wherever the elect are, that represents Jerusalem.
People before place.
It's a people before it's a place. Go ahead.
It says, defending also, he will deliver it, and passing over, he will preserve it.
Passing over. This is the second Passover. That word in the Hebrew is Pesach. So literally, we're going to be exodus out of this new Egypt via the chariots, man. And it says that in the book of Revelation 11. We're just crazy enough to come out here and tell you.
Right.
See, your pastor ain't going to tell you this. And right now, they're talking about the chariots. They said 144 sightings. Okay, they're having discussions about them, and they really want to control the narrative. But we know that the chariots are here. They see something. For them to move in the fashion they move in, they have to have seen something.
We got to cover you.
Yeah.
Whatever the little gauges that they got.
Right.
They understand. Oh man, we got to hurry up with this enterprise.
Right.
We don't know what that is.
Oh man, Isaiah 19.
It's coming.
This is Psalms 20, verse 1. It says, Yahweh, hear thee in the day of trouble. The name of the power of Jacob defend thee. Woo. Send thee help from the sanctuary and strengthen thee out of Zion. Like I say, you got to, the Lord, he's hearing our cry. All right? This is putting a sweet savor. All right? And the Lord, he's hearing. And what he's going to do, he's sending those band of angels. That's why Esau trying to get ready to, real quick, say, let's get ready to get this military in space.
Right.
Space Force.
Yeah, out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. What are they getting ready for? They see the angels coming in. Now they trying to come out and tell the public because you can't hide it anymore.
Yeah.
You got all these phones and everything, showing all these different chariots, and they forming and moving. The Jets can't keep up with them. So, like you said, the other said earlier, Esau, he has some things, but nothing like the Most High.
Oh yeah. Even one of them dudes, when he went on Fox News, he said the way these vehicles move, they're thousands of years advanced. And it's even, you can't put a number. You can't put a number on how more advanced the chariots are.
Right. Jump to verse 5. It says, we will rejoice in thy salvation, and in the name of our power we will set up our banner.
There you go. Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh.
Okay. The Lord fulfill all thy petitions.
Our petitions is our cries, man.
Isaiah 19:1. The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall
The
come.
burden of Egypt. Now at this time, Egypt wasn't the power that it was at the time the Israelites were there. That Egypt had already fell. So what is this talking about? It's talking about this too. We were brought into Egypt again with ships. The final captivity for the Israelites is the modern day Egypt. Their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the dead city, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. Clearly this is Egypt. Everything, a lot of the customs here go back to Egypt. Go ahead.
The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt.
Right.
And the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence.
Swift cloud is that white horse spoken of in the book of Revelation. Yahweh, man. Okay? And he's going to put all of the idols and all of the wicked, somebody get that in Sirach, 2 Edges 13. He's going to rebuke, and this my son shall rebuke the wicked inventions of the heathen. It's like 2 Edges 13. Probably got to put in rebuke.
And the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence.
The idols of Egypt. And everything in this society is what? Rooted in idol worship. Everything. Everything goes back to idol worship, which is why you see nothing but confusion. Okay? Somebody got it?
I got it. 2 Ezra 13, pointing to 37, start at 36. And Zion shall come, and shall be shewed to all men, being prepared and builded, like as thou sawest the hill graven without hands.
And they're going to see the Israelites beamed up. Go ahead.
And this my son shall rebuke the wicked inventions of those nations.
Right. This my son shall rebuke the wicked inventions, the charakma, the technology, all of their wicked plans. He's going to rebuke them when he comes.
Yep.
Okay?
Which for their wicked life are fallen into the tempest, and shall lay before them their evil thoughts, and the torments wherewith they shall begin to be tormented, which are like unto a flame, and he shall destroy them without labor by the law,
Right.
which is like unto me.
Woo! He's going to destroy them without labor by the law. And the Lord is coming back to judge Babylon based on the law. Right. Because it took the law to itself. It said, you know, the America's the land of the Bible. What was that under Reagan? The Bible is the book of the land. Over there in Israel saying they're the chosen. All right. Well, you're going to be judged by the law. You're going to be judged as if you were under that first covenant, but with fire. All right? Because the punishments are death under that, you know, under those laws. And this place openly boasts in breaking them. Right. So when it come back, okay, you wanted to legalize this and that. Watch. Tormented. People gonna be tormented. There's gonna be all kind of hell on the planet Earth, man.
Isaiah 19:1. The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it.
Woo! That great pride. The America's known for its pride.
Right.
So the heart is gonna melt. It's gonna be like, oh man. Make sure you, man, every time I've had a dream about a chariot, it was terrible.
Yeah.
Everybody was scared. All right? Everybody was like, oh wow. You know? I'm sure you brothers have had chariot dreams.
You wake up like, I gotta get my shit together.
Yeah. Right. You know?
This is Zechariah 5, verse 4. It says, I will bring it forth, saith Yahweh of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief.
And they're here. And when you look at a chariot sighting map, America has the most.
Man.
Big time. Russia, over there where the EU countries, a lot over there too. But America has the eyes of the Lord upon the sinful kingdom. That's right. That's right. Exactly. You know, and just like in Sodom, the angels had to come scope it out. Just like at the time of the Tower of Babel, it said, let us go see what the children of men are building and what they're doing, it's happening now. The angels are scoping this place out, preparing judgment, man. Okay?
And unto the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name.
Right. Swear falsely by my name. That's the Edomite.
And it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof.
That's Babylon the Great. The chariots are going to finish the job off.
Yeah.
These other countries are going to shoot missiles on you, but the chariots are going to shoot down fire, and synonymously, the elect are going to be beamed up. That's why the scriptures say the righteous shall scarcely be saved. Somebody get real quick, Romans 11 and after 3 days and a half.
Revelation.
What we're doing is leading to what we're talking about.
Right.
All right? That faith that started in the minds of the elect is going to lead to a miracle happening on the planet Earth, man. Go ahead.
Revelation 11 and 10. It says, and they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice
After
over.
3 days and a half, the Spirit's died. Yeah, just go to 11.
Okay, straight to it. Revelation 11:11. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from God, from Yahweh, entered into them.
Right.
And they stood upon their feet, and the great fear fell upon them which saw
And
them.
that's happening. The Israelites understand that we were in a dead state, but the elect woke up. The Spirit, after 3 days and a half after that, from 1619 to around the 60s, where the word was the understanding of who the Israelites came back into the earth, primarily through a man named Abba Bivens, the word started to be spread out. The prophets, John the Baptist, that's what he represents. Even his birth, his father couldn't speak, right? But after he was born, what happened? His father started to prophesy. All right, that's what John the Baptist, that's what he does, that's what he do. All right, he's the forerunner. And from there, we what? Stood up on our feet. All right, and then what's going to happen? Go ahead.
Verse 12. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither.
Come up hither. Go ahead.
And they ascended up into heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them.
Right, that's written, so we ain't crazy. If you say what we're saying is crazy, the Bible just said it.
Right, it's right there. Right.
What we're doing, standing on our feet, is for that purpose, to get delivered up out of here.
It's crazy. The only way up out of here, like you say, is up. Can't run nowhere. You can't. The only way is up.
Hey, I'll run no missiles.
You can't drive far enough. You can't go no direction.
Save up enough rice.
Yeah. Hey,
This is real quick on astro.cornell.edu. Why do so many of the world's UFO sightings happen in America? When you skip down on it, in the third paragraph it says, I think the most interesting map on the site, second paragraph, it says, in particular, the distribution of UFO sightings across the globe might be of interest. The best resource I've found on the subject is this page, and he puts a link. It says, according to the statistics compiled on that site, the United States has the most sightings of any single country, followed by France and Great Britain. You know, that makes sense, you know. Exactly. I saw him sit around where Esau's at, man. You know, them heads.
That's right.
All right. But pretty much, I just want to validate the point that the Most High's got his eyes here on Babylon the Great, America, man. When that holy host appear and let themselves be known through destruction and our salvation, everybody gonna know. Dang. Yeah, their hearts are gonna melt. Okay.
They're gonna know a higher power did that.
Right.
Luke 21, I start 25. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and the stars, and upon the earth the stress of nations.
And this is all synonymous with the time of the Gentiles being fulfilled, meaning the heathen rulership is done. How is that done according to Daniel 7? Through the little horn that issued forth from the fourth beast. That is the last rulership. They said they would wear out the saints, lie, but there's an end to their shit, man.
Yeah.
Go Go ahead.
And upon the earth the stress of nations with perplexity,
Right.
the sea and the waves roaring.
Right.
Men's hearts failing them for fear, and looking after those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory.
Woo!
And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh.
That's cool.
And Habakkuk, the 3rd chapter, calls them what? Let's finish it off with that. The chariots of salvation. The chariots of salvation. So that's why it says in Wisdom of Solomon 5, our salvation is going to be so far beyond what anybody would have thought. When people think of God, there's this weird, creepy, and then there's this rapture thing where, you know, the Lord is going to come deliver the elect, or you know, the believers in Jesus Christ out of tribulation, and he's going to come back and get a U-turn after the tribulation passes. Chariot hit a U-turn. Go ahead.
Habakkuk 3:8. Was the Lord displeased against the rivers? Was thine anger against the rivers? Was thy wrath against the sea?
Right, because when he saw the sea, the mountains moving to and fro, he's like, are you better? Damn. What did the sea do to deserve this? Go ahead.
That thou didst ride upon thine horses and thy chariots of salvation.
Upon thine horses, didn't they say he's going to come on a white horse? That's just symbolic of power. But it equates them with salvation. We read, as birds flying, so shall the Lord defend Jerusalem.
Yep.
Hey, read that again, Joe.
Habakkuk 3:8. Was the Lord displeased against the rivers? Was thine anger against the rivers? Was thy wrath against the sea? That thou didst ride upon thine horses and thy chariots of salvation.
That's it?
Yeah.
That's it. So, anybody got anything? All right, so we're going to give all praises to the Heavenly Father.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Akakadash.
Double honors to the apostles, the elders, and great millstone. Peace and salutations unto the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.
DTA all day, baby. DTA, goddamn. Shalom, y'all about to be on shots on the thumb.
Man, mine is too often. It's like my feet are hot. My feet off like nice cool water.
Shalom.
I'm out.